Hey yo, fresh hip hop opinion. Lloyd Banks, the PLK Punchline King, is back with another solid album, guys. Proper fans, I'm sure, have been waiting for this, even though he just came out of an album like last year or 2 years ago. Strong album. This album has the normal Lloyd Banks dark sort of production. His gravelly voice suits that sort of production as well. But yeah, let's go through it. I'll go through the tracks that stuck out to me and give my quick little assessment on the album. So, starting with the track, the intro track, the starting track, which back in the day, that was like one of the most important tracks of an album. So you just tear it down and you do some real hard lyrical madness. And he did not disappoint. It's a real menacing track. Obviously there's punchlines in there, but what I got away from that first track was how menacing the actual beat was. It was a hard beat. It was actually called Impact, and the producer was Cartoon. This Cartoon guy, he's actually all over the album. He did about I would say 70 to 80% of the album. New producer, I think, that's like one that I could look out for. I never really heard his name actually. Maybe he's one of Lloyd Banks's boys. I mean, the next track was like No Reward, but I liked 101 Razors because my guy was on there, Mr. Method Man himself. OMG. If you know me, you know me, you know that I like Method Man. In my top 3 of all time. I've done an episode of this on the subscribed episodes actually. So if you don't wanna hear my top 10 rappers of all time, go check that out. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, this song, it was a good song. The beat was hard. The beat was, like I said, a bit dark, which is cool. The album started very dark, but then Method Man comes and absolutely murks Lloyd Banks. I've never seen somebody murk Lloyd Banks on a song. Method Man's flow is so flawless. It's so smooth. It's like it's 2001 the way he raps on this thing. But yeah, go check that out. That's my favorite feature on the whole album. Not because it's my favorite artist, but like the performance was crazy. The next track that I liked quite a bit, which was called Movie Scenes. Another dark kind of beat, but it was very lyrical, this one. I like this one. There's a good feel to the song. But at one point, Banks says a hard line. It was like he goes something on the lines of, dog, you said you was I think he says demon. Dog, you said you was a demon. What the F you are you? Why the F are you in the precinct? Throw these ends in the deep end. They'll be giving up information leaking or something like that. Yeah, they'll be snitching basically. It's like, you gotta listen to the song. I'm not doing it very good justice. Alright? I'm not a rapper. I'm a podcaster. Hence why you're here. But yeah, that's a good song. Good lines on there. LSD. Oh, the style on that song as well is very good. The sound and the style of Lloyd Banks raps, very good. But yeah, LSD was the next notable song for me. The beat was hard, and what I always love, like back in the day, what I used to love is that you listen to a song and you don't know there's a feature on it, and then boom, someone comes on the song. That's what I had with this one. Because Vado was on this song, the rapper that was with Cameron back in the day. Vado, I like this song because obviously Banks, we know, super lyrical, and then Vado comes with his verse and it's also very lyrical. But the beat was hard. There wasn't anything flashy about this beat, but the beat was hard, very New York, and then both artists came on it and did their thing. I actually think I did like Vado's performance, but I wouldn't say he outdid Lloyd Banks on this one. The next song was Keys to Success. Actually a very good song, one of my favourites on that album, and beat wise anyway, because it had that real Mobb Deep kind of feel. When it first started, I was like, oof. You know when the beat makes you go, oof, yes. Yeah, it gave me that Havoc kind of Mobb Deep kind of feel. But yeah, it's a solid song. The flow was nice, the beat was hard. So yeah, I like that one too. The next song, I'll mention this song because it's not something that I'm expecting from a hard street rapper, like especially from Lloyd Banks. But he did a song called Daddy's Little Girl, which is nice to hear a rapper talking about his family in such a way. The chorus, I like the chorus a lot. There's something about the chorus I really like. But yeah, he was really talking, like getting emotional, talking about he loves his little girl. Obviously he loves his daughter. But yeah, a good song to check out. Just a nice positive song. And then Deceitful Intentions is the last track of the album. This was featuring Comega. It's another one that made me perk up, because it was like a surprise feature, especially of a veteran rapper from back in the day. But yeah, Comega's on it. I like this one because it's a bit deep, and it's like dropping like life lessons, and it's not like, it is kind of street lessons, but it's almost life lessons of how to watch out for this, watch out for that, which he does a lot in his album, Lloyd Banks. But Omega does it as well. But this album had a lot of street stuff, but it also had a lot of deep stuff about even mental health, which is not what you're accustomed to hearing from Lloyd Banks. But the album wasn't all great. Otherwise it would be a classic, which is not for me. The songs I wasn't feeling really was, I mean, not that these are bad songs, but Money Machine, the beat was just a bit boring for me. It was a bit like, okay, like, meh, you know what I mean? It's like that meme, meh, M-E-H, yeah, that's what gave me, that song gave me. And then Automatic Pilot, which I think won't be, I think were a lot of people's favourites, because it was a big New York song. Had obviously Banks was on it, and it had Dave East. I think it had Vado on it as well. But it was a cool song. It was alright, but it wasn't. It just didn't blow me away. Where a collabo like that should have been better for me. Maybe a better beat, possibly. Maybe better verses. It just was underwhelming. But other than that, those are the only two songs that I would probably say have any real criticism of. My favourites though on the album, which was quite a few, but we've got on to 101 Razors with Method Man. I just like that song because of Meth, to be honest. But because Method's verse was just sick, I recommend anyone to go check that out. Just his verse alone. Voices was a real nice one as well. The beat is what I like the most about that. Not necessarily Lloyd Banks' performance, but his performance was alright, but like the beat was really cool. One of my favourite beats on the album. And then Red Alert, but there was a rap on it I never heard of called 38 Special. He killed it. Oh, that's the one with yeah. That's one of Tony Yayo as well. That's probably my favourite. It's probably possibly my top 2 or 3 songs of the album. So each rapper was good. Banks did good. Yayo brought his thing, and then the 38 Special guy, he had the best verse for me. Only Just. But yeah, and then the last track I would say, which I think is the best song for me personally, was Showers at the end. That's the second last track. It's almost like an uplifting, definitely an uplifting feel to the song. But that's my favorite track, the production. You know what I mean? Because I used to make beats and all that, so that was my favorite track for that. And the soul sample in there was really slick. Definitely my favorite song on the album. But yeah, that's my assessment of Lloyd Banks' album. Solid album, probably his best album he's done since his first album, The Hunger for More, in 2004. So that's like 20 years ago, 19 years ago. So I think that's his best album because it's very well-rounded. Talks about mental health, talks about serious things, talks about, you know, he's still lyrical, still got punchlines, nice collaborations, not too many features, you know, which is a rare thing these days. And he's very much more reflective and deeper in his lyrical content, which is nice to see when a rapper gets older. They're not just talking about the same old stuff from 20 years ago. I would definitely recommend this album. Very underrated rapper, even 20 years deep, even though I think he gets a lot more respect than popular culture love. But saying that, the man disappeared for about 10 years from rapping for whatever reason, we don't know, but I don't know. But yes, I recommend this album from Lloyd Banks, the PLK. Strong album. Go check it out. This has been our first album review on Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Till next time, people. Peace and love. Hey yo, Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Let me steer you guys to my subscribed episodes. Go and subscribe. Exclusive episodes of this podcast. And it's only for a small fee to support your boy, 99p per month. And yeah, go check out the Oleezeh Clothing, streetwear, urban wear. Nice little designs for your t-shirts, blouses. Free shipping to the UK. Yeah, go check it out. Some decent stuff up there. And there'll be more stuff coming up in the definitely next few days. So look out for that. But yeah, guys, tune in to the next episode of Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Tell your peoples, tell your friends, tell your family. Peace and love.